You guys tell me Frawlz doesn't play video games. You need proof. Their video needs proof. Ah! You shut up. You put your mom on the phone. Yeah, what's up? What's the problem? Kill Street. My plane inbound. He's coming.
Hey, Joe Frawlz. Get him in your grid. Get him in your tester. Oh, where did I come from? Hangout Conversations. Welcome. My name is Matt Rappaport. Hangout Conversations with that person. And number two, Bobbi Joe Woods. How are you? That was Joe Frawley, the Frawlz. And he'll be coming up soon. He's our guest today on show number 9. I can't believe that we're already on show number 9. Next week will be double digits, and we'll be very excited to have another Joseph. Joseph Lee will be here, representing all of G+, all the Lees on G+, I believe. And in case you've never seen our logo, that's what it looks like. Bada bing! I slicked my hair back special just for you. Got a little moussey, a little jelly. Little gel, little mousse. Last week we had the awesome female band, The New, Lori Garodi and Natalie Smallish were here, and they were awesome. Conversations Plus is up right now on YouTube, and our hangoutconversations.com full episode will be up shortly. We are now on G+. We have our own G+ page, like many of you do, and I do not have a bit.ly to it yet, but if you type in Hangout, and we should pop up, you'll see Hangout Conversations. You might also see Hangout Party. Friends of the show, you'll see Hangout Producer, another friend, past guest Lucas Johnson, and a bunch of other cool Hangout pages that I suggest you add and you mingle with, you share and you plus. Those are cool people. We're also now on iTunes, believe it or not. We're walking on air, and those of you that have iProducts that like the Apple can enjoy that. Those of you that don't can watch us on Google's YouTube or watch us live. I like you being here live in the chat room with awesome number 2 Bobbi Joe Woods, and I'd like to thank all of you for your support. You know, this show couldn't happen without all of you, without meeting you, without knowing all of you, meeting you in Hangouts, being up till the crack of dawn, and editing and promoting and doing it in a fun way that's enjoyable. It's not trying to sell you anything except for how awesome we are, and it's not selling when it's fun, when it's funny. So the new promos are up now, and I was burning the midnight 5 a.m. oil, and today getting them done. And you know, week by week, me and BJ do this out of the love of our hearts, and hopefully we'll continue to do this with some support from you. And we're always looking for help, but we're also looking for, eventually we'll look for sponsors. We'll see what happens, but it's always going to be awesome. And it's you know, it's great to have you as our support. You know, people that I mentioned at the top of the show, Mike Stinger, past guest Julie Bell, who hopefully will be on the show, Muhammad, also Mansour, we joke around about the Mansour. He will be on the show eventually. I believe he's on our schedule, and check our upcoming schedule for upcoming guests. So a lot's been happening on G+. We now do have pages, which is what I mentioned earlier. I have my own page for my movie Yoko Shimono. I also have a G+ business pages directory. So my goal with that page is to basically circle every single page that's out there and try to have one spot with all the pages. And I'm sure Google will do that eventually, and I won't cry foul. I know it's going to happen, but until that day happens, it's still cool to do that and network and G+ business directory, circle and tell people about it. Share your circle of brands, help me out. You know, it's a lot, as well as everything that people do on G+, and it's a community that I love dearly to my heart. So check that out. Also, Bobbi Joe Woods, I can't thank her enough. She is my awesome number 2. Every single week she brings it. She works hard in a regular job like me, as well as G+. She's got a lot to do. She's got her web design, so the time and effort that she puts into the show, thank her. I thank her, and we couldn't do the show without her. Me and her, our home team, and so thank you, Bobbi Joe Woods. With that being said, I want to talk about this a hurl that happened, a little hurl, or some people are calling it HIP, Hangout in Real Life or Hangout in Person. This hurl took place in San Francisco between aforementioned Mohammed Mansour, past guest Lucas Johnson, who I mentioned, Justin Ormond, Cam Meadows from Hangout Party, Google's Bob Cleveland, Andy Bohm, Robert Fisher was there, Alex Levinson from Zynga was there, as well as Josh Armour. Armour? I don't know how to say it. And that was pretty interesting to watch. They were in Hangouts. They were taking pictures. Bobbi Joe Woods got some great pictures. If you have any questions about that, if you prefer Hurl or Hip, I know that was an argument. People were arguing about Cam Meadows, Dan Soto. People were saying Hurl or Hip. Which one is better? I enjoy Hurl. And yes, I'm Andy Baum. Or Bohm. Or Baum. I'm not sure. I'm sure he'll let us know. Me and BJ always argue over pronunciations. And I'm not going to say who's right. Okay, he did. Bomb. He is the bomb. It's bomb. I got it. Andy's a bomb. He makes bombs. I mean, no, he doesn't. What am I saying? Bomb. Can't say bomb on a plane. So yeah, they hurled together, and that was pretty awesome to watch them in Hangouts and hear about their experiences. Who's taller? Who's shorter? Who's more muscular? Who snores? Who farts? Who's geeky? Who's never eaten calamari in their life because they had no idea it was squid, and also some other stories. I know Cam also hung out. He's a hurler. Cam, what's up? You're like, you're a big hurler. That's why some people don't like it, because of that Wayne's World reference. But Ryan hung out with Cam and Jamie Meadows. Ryan. His last name I can't even try to say. It's like starts with a B. They all hung out, and they were going to hang out together. That was pretty cool to see that happening. And more people will hurl as this awesome thing continues. But without further ado, let's get to tonight's guest. I mentioned at the top of the show, you saw him playing his video games. He's the man who made us all laugh, and he does so on a daily basis in Hangouts. He's currently in San Diego, and he loves to do impressions. He also likes to make kids cry on a daily basis on PS3 when he's killing them, fictionally anyway. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the man, the legend, the video game master, Joe the Frawlz, Joe Frawley. Welcome to Hangout Conversations. Hello, Joe Frawley. Right now you're dark. You're a dark man. I hope you become lighter as we go on with the show.
All right, how do I do this? What button do I press?
Oh my God, he's like, I've never been on a Hangout.
I press this?
No, wrong button! No! No! Oh my God, that was the wrong button.
What's going on?
Alright, turn up your live stream if you got that open. But
that was a little shocking.
No dark jokes, James
What's up?
Williams here. Not much. How are you? So when I first when he got in here, he probably came right from work, right? You came right from work. You were in your tie. You're all snazzy, and he did a 360. 360.
380?
380 is a little bit above 360.
360, I'd be back in a suit, dude.
Yeah, 380 is.
I did 180.
You did it. You know, I like to say you went around. You got out of your suit. You got into your clothes. You got back into your suit, and then you got half into your clothes again. So I don't know what that is.
Stop spying on me, dude. That's not cool.
It's not cool. You weren't sure if you wanted to go with the tie or the Red Sox hat, but awesome. Welcome to the show.
I almost went with tie. I'm doing okay, man. Today's Thursday, dude. I'm having a ball right now. Just got back from work.
Cool.
That's pretty much my day, dude.
Awesome.
I mean, that's pretty lame.
No, that's not lame. You're on Hangout Conversations. People are watching. They're in there. They're drooling at the mouth. They like you. They like the Frawlz. They like what you have to offer.
Do?
Yeah, I think they like
really?
They like you for more than just your video games, than just your impressions. They like that you're a wise guy.
Ah, wise guy.
You're a sage.
Sage. All right, that's
You're a video game sage. I don't know. Don't pass out.
We're off to an awesome start.
We are.
Right now.
We're off to a wicked start. So
wicked good start right now.
A wicked good start. Speaking of a wicked good start, we do random questions. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Pick your doom. Which one would you?
Oh my God, dude! Seriously, all right, we're gonna go with the yellow, bro. 1. Let's go chronologically ordered.
That was a good choice. All right, question number 1 for all the freaking marbles in my marble bag, which I have to find later.
That sounds very sexual.
We aim to please, and we aim to shoot just right. I'm trying to read my own handwriting. It's pretty scary.
So who made these up? You did?
Yeah.
I like the origin of the questions.
I believe my brain made this up. What's the best place you've ever broken into an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression? What's the best Arnold Schwarzenegger story?
Oh man.
Do you have one that comes to mind in a Hangout?
Yeah, definitely drive-throughs.
Sweet. What does that
Just,
sound? What does that? Anything? Any hint of what that sounds like, or it's too early?
That's basically the extent of it. I mean, it's just asking for like a large coffee. No, not even a coffee. Crap, man. Put me on the spot, brah. It just happens.
What do you order? Like
It's
a Big
just-
Mac? What fast
It
food
just
place do you?
happens.
What kind
You
of
know what?
stuff?
At some point during this conversation, I'm gonna order a Big Mac with you.
All right, is that gonna be number one? I used to work at McDonald's in high school, so I think I got the hang of that.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was.
Tell me about that experience. What was that like?
That was kind of crappy, but it was alright.
I bet.
It was Long Island, so all the kids from high school. I was at the drive-thru, so you went to high school with them. They're like, oh, all the kids with that actually had money, and they didn't have parents that were divorced yet. So yet, notice how I say yet. So they still had money at that
Really?
point. My parents got divorced, which means I had no money, and the jobs and McDonald's and mopping floors. They actually called me Splat at McDonald's because I used to drop stuff, not because of what I did.
Wow. So why did that stick? I mean, that sounds like a good sexual name.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, like, hey, baby, call me Splat. Like,
Yeah, they call me Splat because that's what happens after we're done with you, buddy.
oh, snap.
Snap, splat.
Splat. Sorry, I mean, oh, Splat.
Splat, crackle, and...
Let me get you a towel.
Don't move.
Hold on.
We just lost 5 viewers and gained 10. That's weird. How did that happen? How did that happen? That is
Did it really
crazy.
gain 10 viewers?
Did you actually believe that? That's awesome. I love that I can fool you. No, I don't know. Bobbi Jo Woods is on top of that. She's in the chat room.
Oh, all right.
So hey, how'd you
Anyway.
find Google Plus and Hangouts? And you want to talk a little bit about that? Like where?
Yeah, it's
where that
kind of
came
funny. The way Google Plus worked for me is, I mean, I knew it was. You heard it was coming. You knew Google was going to come out with some sort of a social platform. But I actually got a weird message from one of my buddies from a website that I'm also on, just saying, "Hey, I posted something about you." And I was like, "All right," I checked it out, and I automatically got signed in. I was actually part of the early adopters that accidentally were let in. Through invites. Not even invites, through messages. Because at the time, if you sent a message to somebody, you were able to actually invite them in through that message without a formal invite. It was a bug in the system. I got it anyway. So I was one of those unruly ones that were in the Hangouts, just trying to disrupt everybody.
Well, so what was your? Do you remember your first? I know you hung out with us for a while, like some late night hangouts. You did some impressions. You were funny. You were checking out, seeing what was going on. Some of those early hangouts with me and Bobbi Jo Woods, Joseph Lee, a couple other people. Mike Stenger were in there. Do you remember those?
Yeah, you guys were all on the tech and stuff like that. I just skated in and just kind of hung out with you guys because you guys were the cool ones out of everybody. I mean, I was new to San Diego, so I didn't have very many friends, and thanks to Hangouts, I still don't. Local.
So basically, if you're listening, Joe Frawley's trying to say if you're on Google Plus or you're watching and you're in San Diego, which doesn't mean Mel's vagina, I just found out, you should look him up.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely look me up. FRAWLZ on Google. I'm sorry, I'm used to saying in your mouth afterwards, so that's like my tagline, by the way.
Your tagline?
Everybody wants a little bit of Frawlz in their mouth.
Even Frawlz himself, or?
Yeah, even Frawlz himself.
All right.
It happens.
You like pickles. You talked about pickles. I don't know if you caught it in the promos. We just literally threw them up there. Speaking of taste and mouths, you like the taste.
Was that even in the promo? The pickles?
Yeah, I literally, your promos literally, Bobbi Jo Woods made one yesterday, and I put two up literally an hour or two ago. I've been working on your promos since we freaking for a while. So we basically had. I still got more promos to make.
Pickles have 0 calories.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. And a shit ton of sodium, but who cares? That's electrolytes, right? So if you're athletic, it's okay to drink the pickle water. Yeah, you go. Damn, dude.
Which way is the
Stop.
water? I'm scared. You're the one with the gun.
So yeah, pickles have 0 calories. That's an interesting fact.
That is an awesome
So
fact.
if you like to suck on pickles,
Which
you're
many people
not
do.
gonna gain any weight.
Many
You're actually
people-
gonna lose weight.
It's a lot of work to suck.
You'll
on
lose
pickles.
weight because you're actually using your metabolism to burn calories to suck on a pickle. And yeah, it's
So,
negative calories.
More weight sucking on a pickle, or is a celery stick burn more calories? What do you think?
I don't know. I think a celery stick burns more calories because you just end up getting those random strings in between your teeth, and that probably burns an extra 5 calories just trying to poke those out.
That's a lot of chewing.
Yeah.
A lot of chewing on. Let's go with the first question from the audience. Mr. Mike Stinger, of course, from Ohio. He was our third guest, episode numero tres. He wants to know what phone you currently have, and you want to talk. Probably there's a little hidden meaning behind what phone you currently have because you've worked for some phone companies in the past, or.
I actually do work for a phone company now, so I own the HTC Thunderbolt. So it's a 4G device. Actually, it's not bad. It's a little dated right now. I can't believe I'm saying that, man. Working in the industry, everything, and something new comes out every 6 months, that it's just hard to keep up. So one of the biggest things about the HTC Thunderbolt is its crappy battery life. So I bought an extended battery for it, and I don't know if you can see this.
Whoa! There goes. Yeah, but I've got a warranty too. But bang.
So, anyways, the phone I used to have was no, seriously though. But here it is, basically.
People are asking if you just broke your phone.
Battery. Look at this thing. Look at that battery. It's basically the same size as the phone. So that powers that sucker, makes it last the whole entire day. But
how much do you use the phone?
It also takes a half hour to boot up.
Do you use the phone? You use the phone for just more than phone calls, right?
Dude, this is my life, man. This is my complete life right here. So everything and anything is on here. And the reason why I like Google is because it has a single sign-on. Now you're going to get me into sales mode, and I just came back from work.
Don't sell me anything, dude. Just rub us done with the question. Just tell us about what you like about the phone without selling it to us.
What I like about the phone? It's got a crappy battery life. It's got a decent screen, and it takes really good pictures. I gotta say that much. It's got an awesome rhythm.
So in lieu of all the other phones, the Blackberries, the iPhones, the Androids, how does it compare? Oh, it is.
You know what? There's different things for different people. Not to get into like a sales call or anything, but for business people, I always recommend a BlackBerry because it's more secure, it's easier to use, you get a physical keyboard, it's pretty much locked down on what kind of social features you can use, even though that BlackBerry is really trying to make a forward attempt at that. But when it comes to social aspects of life, definitely Android or iPhone. I pick Android because, like I said, of the single sign-on. You sign in once, everything's pretty much all done for you. It's pretty impressive. So I'm pretty happy with that. So for work, BlackBerry, the new one, the touchscreen. Look how thin that is. That's pretty sexy right there. I could hold that in my butt crack and not let it fall out without flexing. That's how thin that is.
Is that on your resume?
No, it's not. But this one right here, this one here is personal. That's why it's got the big ass battery on it. So, anyway.
What about app? What about is it good for apps? How are the apps?
The apps on what?
On your Thunderbolt.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, the apps are pretty much cross carrier when it comes to this stuff. So it doesn't matter if you have an Android phone with T-Mobile, Sprint, or Verizon. That's the best part about having it over an iPhone. Do you have an iPhone?
I do. I have an iPhone 4. My mom just got the 4S.
Okay, so you've got the standard platform. It's pretty much crossed. But anybody who has an iPhone can basically buy an application from the App Store, right? So you've got that, but you have to have an Apple phone. So if you don't like HTC, you can buy a Samsung device, you can buy a Motorola device, and as long as it has an Android operating system on it, you'll be able to download that application, making it a much wider audience for the application maker. So the applications are actually, I thought in the beginning it was slow, but now they're quickly adapting, and a lot of people are only developing for Android now because of the size of the user base.
So do you feel like Android has the big advantage over Apple or Google over Apple, or do you think like it's pretty close?
I think it's pretty close. I mean, the good thing about Apple is that it's not carrier specific anymore. So besides T-Mobile, it's carrier agnostic. So if you go to Sprint, Verizon, or AT&T, you're pretty much going to get the same phone. The thing with Android, it's such a widespread thing. It's kind of like Windows, the operating system. Like you can go buy an HP.
Not like the Windows in my house. I got you. Although this is kind of like the Windows in my house, but yeah.
What kind of applications do you run on that window? Probably your breath.
I do, and that cracks.
When it's cold outside.
Cracks, and every time I sing,
smiley face.
I use the karaoke application, and I destroy that window.
There's far less fart apps on BlackBerry, though. I'll tell you that much.
Bobby Joe Woods one, or high five ass BlackBerry from FIM Frawley in motion. Is he talking about you or is that something else? Is that supposed to be a joke?
I don't know.
Oh, BlackBerry.
Bobby.
I'm not sure if that's,
I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't get it. But James Williams from Mountain View, our friend plus James Williams, says it was a joke. 4G, as I thought, 4G LTE drains, or was it 4G Lite LTE drains batteries like the original iPhone? Is what he's saying in a comment. I don't know.
Yes, no, it does, and you know it's a new technology. There's a lot of things you have to work out, but it's one of the pains that you have as an early adopter. Like if it comes out and you get it day one, it's not going to be perfect. And if you're a gamer or if you're any kind of person that's in tech, you're going to have a day one patch right away. So it's very unusual that you're going to have something that works right off the bat.
And I noticed there was a new.
But same thing with LTE.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I just noticed before the show there was a new iOS update, 5.1 or something.
Yeah.
It was
5.01, I think it was.
Yeah,
so.
and something about Wi-Fi. I didn't really have time to look at it, but or do it.
Maybe.
Not at all. That's how fast stuff is. It happens in like second by second. Google Plus, phones, technology. It's like, do you ever feel like it's too much too fast, or you say bring it on as much as possible, or?
In sales, it can be a little too much too fast, but I mean it's a competitive market. Dude, this is so serious, man.
No, we get funny. No, we get funny.
I don't want to be funny anymore.
Start with the serious.
I want to be looked at as normal sometimes. I don't want to be that funny guy that has to be like, hey, look at me dance. I want to talk about cell phones.
With a pickle in your mouth. Sweet.
I will have a pickle in my mouth if it makes you take me seriously right now.
I take you seriously.
Why would I'm getting a pickle.
All right, don't take too long. Joe Frawley is getting a pickle. You're joining us live on Hangout Conversations. We're taking a pickle break. Joe Frawley will will be back shortly with a pickle that's hopefully one that is edible and not the one he was born with. Why you said that? Joe Frawley, have you returned with a pickle?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you returned with a pickle? Uh-oh! Well, first time a pickle has been eaten on Hangout Conversations, or anything, I think, for that matter.
There's 0 calories, bro.
0. So how many pickles can you eat in one day?
I don't know. Probably 4.
4.
I've seen it happen before. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
So you don't like the big fat pickles then, huh?
No, they don't fit in my mouth very well. You gotta chop them up and make them little.
I'm not gonna
wow.
I'm not gonna say who said that's hot, but Bobby Joe Woods just did. So there you go. I think you just made the what's hot list on Google, so be careful. But someone might be, someone might steal. You never know. Jason Calcanis might be out there trying to steal your pickle eating 0 calories.
Listen, my pickles are out there. If anybody wants to come over and have a pickle, they're more than welcome to.
Mike Stenger says you took that like a champ, right?
I took it like a pro.
You took it
literally, and I'm gonna wash it down with beer, pickles and beer.
Oh yeah. I think everybody. I think it's safe to say that everybody. Oh, it's not Stenger. I'm sorry, Mike. Mike in New York City. Hey, Mike. I think it's safe to say that nobody wants. We're all glad we don't live with you. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
What? Nobody wants to live with me?
Not with the beer and the pickle smell. No, not the combination. Is what I'm guessing.
Well, nobody wants. I mean, whatever. If you're drunk enough, who cares?
Good point.
I'll make out with you.
Tricky Mike would enjoy that. Do you know Tricky Mike from New York City?
Tricky Mick? Yeah, dude. I know him.
He said, why'd you bail on him? By New Yorkers. Why'd you bail on us for the West Coast, dude?
Because...
Money?
Maybe because it's probably 30 degrees out there right now.
Right.
Don't take it personal, Tricky. It's not you. It's me. Really.
Someone says you can take 5 pounds of meat at one time. Wow, this guy's got to think for you, man.
5 pounds of meat?
It's like your ex-boyfriend? What's going on? I know you enjoy the weather.
I don't know, but that's just the same guy. I mean, does he have 5 pounds of meat for me to eat? That's what I want to know.
That is the question. He is tricky. I'll give you that. He is a tricky guy.
What, 5 pounds is a cookie? It's not that easy for me, Matt, to take down 5 pounds of meat, man. It's going to take a lot of time.
You just got a little
motivation,
text.
just
What was
mental
that?
preparedness.
Did Tricky Mike just send you a text message? Was that what that was?
I don't know.
Is this
Did
Tricky?
he? No.
Is this Tricky guy one of your fellow podcast guys? Does he host a podcast? Anybody chance or?
He actually hosts a podcast. Yeah, he's. I think he's on Trophy Horse. So,
He's not on like
yeah.
he's not on like the Real Housewives of the internet, is he?
No, he's not, unfortunately. No.
Yeah.
He doesn't look anything like them either, so he wouldn't actually... you know what? He would make a good housewife.
Oh. Takes out the garbage. He makes a mean meatloaf, right? Mean lasagna.
He means a...
He knows how to make a tricky frickin' meatloaf. You know what I'm saying? With the ketchup and the
Oh, yeah, baby. Mm-hmm.
5 pounds.
So it's,
So tell us
yeah.
about, you do a podcast. You like video games besides just phones. You like to be funny. I hear you do a podcast that might involve video games and male member jokes. That's what I heard.
Male member jokes.
Male member jokes.
That's a good segue. 5 pounds of meat to male member jokes.
I try.
I don't know. No, I know where your mind is, Matt. I know exactly where your mind is.
Listen, don't make fun of me because I'm a cocky son of a bitch, alright? I did it again.
Wow, see, now we're just talking about penises and with the C word.
We are. We're
The
talking about
only one.
peni. We're talking about podcasts with the P word. It's a gaming podcast, video games. You seem to enjoy video games.
I am on the Sarcastic Gamer PlayStation podcast on sarcasticgamer.com. Located on iTunes, by the way. Actually, we are one of the #1 PlayStation podcasts out there.
How many PlayStation podcasts are there?
Probably 2.
Sweet.
That I can find.
Congratulations. Are in order, dude.
Thanks.
You got it.
We work hard. Hey, this is a family show.
No, it's family. It's not really. I mean, adults watch the show. If kids stumble upon it and learn how to say cocky and penis, good for them. Muhammad Mansour might not like that, but hey, Muhammad, you're watching. We appreciate it, and we'll get to you later.
Muhammad? Yeah. He's a sexy man.
He's
probably the sexiest virgin ever.
I don't know if he's a virgin, but I know he's a man-sour, and we love that about him.
He's a man sour. Wouldn't we talk about that before, right? Anybody got that? He's just sour. He's just a bunch of man. Check the expiration date.
He's
sour.
He's too much man for us to handle. I know Bobbi Jo Woods has a thing for him. I didn't say that, but she did. So what was your first gaming system ever? Do you remember your first gaming system? Your first
oh my
game?
God! You know what? I didn't really start playing. I mean, I started playing games when I was young, but it was I grew up in my real time growing up is in the 90s. You know, because like when you're born, the time that you like really start living was like 90s for me, right? So, but I lived through the entire 80s. So during that time period, my cousin had a computer, and basically we played Zork the whole time, or we played ColecoVision,
Nice.
you know, things like that. And we just, or you know, it was just kind of fun to, or Atari, just to kind of sit there. I never actually knew anything until
Did you just say Atari? All right.
Atari. It was wicked fun, huh? So we would sit there and play Atari until we're like blue in the face.
I think there was a color in there. I'm not quite sure, but I think
No, the beer and pickles are really not sitting well. Anyway,
I called that by the way.
You called that?
I did. I said beer and pickles. Remember?
Yeah. No. Get it. Thanks. So
So talk to me about that. So do you remember the first game you really wanted that you purchased when you were younger, or anything that comes to mind?
I remember being at a friend's house and I saw Super Mario for the first time. So that ended up being my first video game ever. We got the NES. But I can tell you, the first time I ever saved up money and bought my own video game, I ended up walking. I saved up $60. Actually, no. I think the games were like $40 then.
Thank God.
I saved up $40 of my own money. I was so excited that me and a guy that I knew was the same age as me. We ended up walking like 2 miles because I didn't have money. I didn't have money to drive. Or I wasn't old enough to drive. We walk all the way over there, and I asked for Ninja Gaiden, right? From the Nintendo. You remember that?
I had Ninja Gaiden.
So, all right. So, anyways, I get there.
And I feel bad. I do feel bad for you that was the game you walked 2 miles for.
I loved it. I loved the game.
In retrospect, yeah, it was good. It was good then. But if we think about it now, still, it's not.
Yeah,
bad.
if you think about it now, it blows. But so I go there. I get the game. I sit down and I pay the guy money, and he's like, "Sorry, you're $4 short." I'm like, what?
Uh-oh.
I was too young to know about sales tax. So here I was, broken-hearted, and it was a sad day for me.
Mom forgot to tell you about the sales tax. The state charges you another $1.25.
Another $1.25, please. Yeah, so needless to say, my mom drove a couple miles and gave me the extra dollars of cash, which I needed. So
wait, let me get this straight. You walked to the store, but then she drove to give you the rest of the money?
Well, yeah, because, I mean, she wasn't around. I mean, I'm trying to remember. This is back when I was probably, like, 10. So or 11.
Like a couple of years ago. Sweet. That's it.
Yeah, just, like, maybe, like, last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday, yeah, Ninja Gaiden just came out. It was like the 3D IMAX version, I think, but probably.
3D IMAX?
Yeah, that's,
okay.
That's what...
That system, yeah!
That system, the 3D IMAX system. So...
Alright, Tricky Vic, I haven't turned on my PS3 in 3 days. That is right, I haven't been, because I've been playing Gears of War 3 right now, so...
Right.
And,
so basically Xbox 360 is where you're at.
No. Alright, so here's the thing. I'm on a PlayStation podcast, right? But a lot of my friends have Xbox, so it's kind of hard when it comes to, like, choosing
a
video
tricky?
game.
It's tricky, right? Like, tricky.
Tricky. Yeah, well, I mean, he's the PlayStation guy. I have a PlayStation, I have an Xbox, so I have the luxury of choosing. So when a video game comes out, I have to, like, pick and choose who do I want to play this video game with. So my brother has a PlayStation, Tricky has a PlayStation, all the guys on my podcast have a PlayStation. So
I got an Xbox, so yeah.
You got an Xbox, so if I want to play with Matt Rappaport, I gotta buy an Xbox game, or I'm not playing with you.
Or get on G+, because I'm usually here, not on Xbox.
Yeah.
So. It's all
get a
good.
life.
Oh, really?
Right.
PlayStation 3 man says get a life? Alright, so...
I'm kidding.
I know I'm kidding too. No, I'm not kidding. So... so you obviously prefer Sony's PlayStation 3. You want to talk about...
They both have their ups and downs.
You
So,
want
yeah.
you want to talk about how the PlayStation has evolved from the first one to the second to the third? Did you own all three, or...?
No, oh my god. We're really uncovering the mysteries of my PlayStation podcast. So, I mean, if you want to get into specifics, I was a Nintendo guy forever, so I owned all the way up to the GameCube. Until...
You bought a GameCube? Wow, that's impressive.
Yes, I did, man. I was a big Nintendo fan. It was like... Because I don't know. I was a big Mario. I was big into that whole kind of Nintendo...
Zelda, Tetris-ish.
Yeah, I never really got into the whole Resident Evil thing. You know, I used to watch people play it, but I didn't have the time to play it, so it's kind of like, whatever. I'm too cool for this.
Right. I remember when people were too busy with their Sega playing Sonic while we were on our Nintendos, right?
Exactly. So, anywho, I got an Xbox 360. Was the first next generation console I got, and it was a purchase on a whim. I got Gears of War 1, made some amazing friends on Xbox Live, and it basically, that's where the whole social thing came from. It really just came from Gears 1. Just the fact that you can talk to people all over the world isn't new, but just the fact that you can meet people with the same type of likes that you do was, it was just such a great, nice, refreshing kind of thing that it also was a good way to kind of like
and people that like pickles too. You get to meet a lot of people that share your love of pickles.
You had the freedom of eating a pickle on Xbox Live and not be discriminated against.
And you get to own somebody while you're eating a pickle, or pwn them.
Exactly. Headshot while I have a pickle in my mouth.
There you go. Sweet.